Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Always, and welcome back to Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved Expert Mode Skyblock. In the last episode, we were working with blood magic, trying to get the tier 5 altar, which we did, because we need some high-level plates, slates, whatever they're called, in order to actually get the Flugel Tiara, which is the last thing we need in order to get the Thermostatic Harness, which is what we need to get the Angel Ring, which is something I would really like to have. So, yeah, that is kind of where we're at. The plan for today is, well, we'll get to that in a moment. We're going to be doing a couple of different things, a couple random things, just kind of some quality of life type things and whatnot. And then what we're going to do is we're going to rework this guy because I do not like how things are spawning. They're not spawning fast enough, so we're going to make some changes to our blood magic auto spawner and make it go a little bit faster so that we can get the blood, because we need a lot of blood. So that's the plan for today. Now, we're also going to be working on some other things, and I've been looking forward. So, one of the big things we were trying to make before was the creative energy cell. This guy. Galgadorian blocks we can make. Pain, but we can make them. We have the Lumium blocks, and we have the resonant energy cells, I do believe. Don't we have all 15 of those? 16? Yeah. So we have all of those. Pellets of RTG fuel, we can make those. That's not actually difficult at all. It just requires some dense iron plates and plutonium, which we have a good bit. We might actually have enough for all, 8 of those? But I haven't made those yet. We'll get to that later. So the only things left is we need a bunch of draconic flux capacitors and quantum solar panels. Quantum solar panels are nasty because it's going to require a lot of iridium. And that's not fun. So yeah, iridium is kind of the stopping point with a lot of this stuff. Let's go ahead and repeat run that. And we have we have over a stack of plutonium. So that part at least is not bad. What I need to do is I need to work on getting more RF production into EU. We need just more RF production in general, but we'll get to that later. That's not a big deal. But the problem lies within these draconic flux capacitors. And the fact that most of the stuff is not too bad. Wyvern cores require nether stars. We're going to want to automate the wither a little bit more than we have, which is currently nothing. Vibrant alloy is easy enough. That is literally just a little bit of crafting. That's easy. Flux Electrum is easy enough. Thaumium is auto-craftable, and Mana Steel is also auto-craftable. Well, at least we can auto-craft it later, which we might actually do. Haven't decided that one yet. We'll figure something out with the Mana Steel. But all in all that stuff is pretty easy. The problem lies in... So we also need molten draconium. That's easy enough. We'll need bedrockium. That's expensive, but not too bad. It is mox. I don't believe there's another way to do that. Molten bedrockium. Can we make the blocks? No. So yeah, it's just a lot of mox nuclear fuel, which is more plutonium and uranium. That's not terrible, but it is. We also need iridium ingots, which, again, more iridium. Terra steel, which is expensive on mana. And void metal, which is actually pretty easy. Void metal is not too bad. We can auto crucible it, and it should be fine if we have enough of the Essentia and all that kind of stuff in the system. Now, the real problem isn't any of that stuff. Yeah, most of the stuff is pretty easy. Draconium is easy enough to get. It's the Awakened Draconium. Awakened Draconium requires a ritual with normal draconium, and a dragon heart. Now that's the issue. We have all of one dragon heart, and I was looking up, trying to figure out ways to get more dragon hearts easily, and that's the key. So normally what I would do is I would do an RF tools dimension. That's disabled for this pack. If we look at the dimension builder, the inscriber is still there, and everything's actually not too bad with that. But the dimension builder has no recipe. It is disabled. We can't use Mistcraft because I think that's also in this pack. Let's see. I think there's things like bookbinders and stuff like that, but that might have been removed. I think it was removed. Okay, so originally it was. Originally, I believe Mistcraft was in Infinity Evolved, but evidently that one's been removed as well. That's another dimension building area thing, mod. But so we can't use RF tools. So what do? We can resurrect the dragon with the resurrection stone, and there it is. It requires mob souls and a bunch of wyvern cores and draconium. It's kind of nasty to make. It's really expensive to resurrect the dragon, and then you only get 1 heart for it. So that's just 4 blocks of awakened draconium. It's kind of terrible. So yeah. I have one more idea. I don't know how good it's going to be or what, but bees. There is a bee that is available, and it's honestly not terrible to get to. It's going to require some trickery, but not terrible. But it is the Phantasmal Bee. This bee has an interesting effect. Resurrection. What that means is if mob drops are on the ground around the bee will automatically resurrect the mob. That works for Enderman, gas, creepers. I don't know if there's any others off the top of my head, except for dragon. It does work for the dragon, supposedly. So that's probably what we're going to have to do. So in other words, the creative energy cell is going to be locked behind a lot of stuff. We need to improve a lot of things. We need to improve RF generation. The big problem with that is electrotine, actually. I want to use solar panels because solar panels are great for just kind of passive. And the problem with it is we don't have enough electrotine to really do anything. So that's a problem. But we'll get that fixed. I have an idea. We might even work on it today. It just requires us to get culinary generators. Now, that being said, our culinary generators down here aren't doing all that great. The reason being is we're not producing enough food. We have plenty of onions, we have plenty of tofu. But we always run out of beans and chili peppers. So we're going to fix that. Let's just fly up here. But before we can, we need to get some more dirt. So let's go ahead and get some dirt production going. So something like this. And this is basically just kind of a simple thing. We're just going to use barrels and let's see, we put these guys up top, and what we'll do is we'll just put a barrel here and here. Servo, always active, and we'll just put the dirt in there, lock it, and take it back out. And I think what we're going to use is we're going to use saplings, because I have a bunch of them, and they're actually pretty good to use for all of this kind of stuff. So that's what we're going to do. Now this is going to obviously take time and all that kind of fun stuff, but it'll be quick enough. Now the next thing I want to look at is how far away can we go with growing more crops. And we can go basically a block on any side, 2 blocks on this side. So the question is, how far does this reach? does it reach over here? So if we mattock this, will it get hydrated? Because that's the only thing I really care about. No. And I'm going to guess that over here it's not going to get hydrated either. Doesn't look like it. So great. I don't think the sugar cane will go any farther. Unfortunately, I don't think we can really put any more. So we could break these and add another crop of all of the other things and see if that helps. So let's go ahead and do that, actually. So there's chili. Oh wait, no, that was beans, chili peppers, and onions. And we'll just do this so that we can potentially get more of all of the different food. And probably something that I'll have to do eventually is just expand this farm, make it a little bit more modular, make it a little bit more, well, on its own, I guess. And getting the angel ring would really help with that. So let's get rid of this stuff. Don't need the clippers, the dirt, or any of that stuff anymore. Alright, so let's go ahead and get to work on what I really want to do. And that is, we need to start working on getting better mobs over here. So I don't know what we're using for a block. We're going to need some other things, so let's go ahead and grab that. We're going to need cursed earth. Let's just grab like half of ours. We're going to need some more dirt, which we'll get to. We're going to need slabs of some sort. Cobblestone will work just fine. And it'll be easy enough because we can always make more of it. We're going to need fans. Now this is something interesting that we haven't really dealt with yet. Cobblestone, and we'll get to that in a second. So I don't know how many fans we're going to need, so we're not going to make them yet. But fans are pretty easy to make. It's literally just some iron and iron bars and some sort of slab. And what we're going to do is we're going to expand this guy so that we get more blood a little bit faster. And eventually I will probably make the actual like altar a little bit better with all that kind of stuff. But we'll worry about that another time. So what kind of blocks do we have? We have detailed cobblestone. Alright, so let's go ahead and get all of these guys switched to detailed cobblestone bricks. Because that's what we're going to use. Not that. Alright, so we have it turned off right now. So let's go ahead and pop up here. We have lights, which we'll need to use. But let's go ahead and start opening this guy up. So yeah, this is our current mob farm. It's honestly kind of terrible. Let's go ahead and break all of the conveyor belts. Let's just clean this up entirely. So there's a couple things about this that we are going to need to kind of deal with. First of all, we do need to have some of these conveyor belts. We will be using some of them. Not that many, but some. What we're going to do is we're going to actually expand this in a four-directional area. And we're going to use fans to kind of push things towards the center. Actually, we could do this one or two ways. We could do 4 quadrants, or we could do 2. And what we're going to do is we're going to have areas for spawning mobs with slabs instead of full blocks like this. We had the full blocks because things got stuck. I think this time we can use just slabs, and hopefully the fans will still work well enough. And what we can do is we can actually just use cursed earth, and it will allow mobs to spawn a lot easier because it doesn't require us to be so far away or anything like that. It removes the requirement for distance for us, which is nice. That's what we want. And let's see, other things it's going to do, it's going to allow us to get more mobs faster, and we can always expand on this, but we can also deactivate it with light, which is good. That's what we want to do. Alright, can I actually cut into this a little bit? Maybe. If I can like cut into this right here, that would be cool. So anyways, we need to grab some stuff. First thing we need to do is we can get rid of cobblestone. We need to grab, let's see, I want a couple fans. So let's go ahead and get 1, 2, 3, 4. And for the time being, we're going to need redstone conduit, or let's see, we could just use levers. A ton of levers also work, so let's get sticks. And cobblestone, 1, 2, 3, 4. And basically what we can do is, what I want to test is, what is the range of these fans? How far will they push me? So you set a fan up, and I believe you put it in the, nope, it faces you. Alright, that's good to know. So you put it right here, you give it a redstone signal, and they push. How many blocks? So they start to get weak about here. So that's a good ways. What is that, like 8 blocks? So they push you to the end of that block. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, 8 blocks. That's not bad. Now we don't necessarily want things to be 8 blocks, but that is the range. So we're pretty much going to break all of this and redo it. So we're going to go from side to side, because I think that makes the most sense. And let's go ahead and... Is it hard to make these guys? I think it's just the redstone ingots, isn't it? Yeah, redstone alloy, which is pretty easy. Okay. So we'll go ahead and make that, but let's see. If we want to do, how do we want to do this? I think we're gonna leave this as is. We're gonna have to break these guys, open it up, and all that kind of fun stuff. And basically we need to make sure that I think it's going to be about 6 blocks wide on each side, plus 3 blocks in the center, to get things funneled to the single block that we have for our killing of mobs. So let's just break the roof, because we're going to lift this up just a little bit. Still don't want them to take too much fall damage or anything like that, but they shouldn't, because we're going to be dropping them twice this time. So let's just go ahead and grab all this stuff, clean it up, and then we'll go from there. So with that taken care of, we should be able to kind of decide how to do this. My inventory is full. Alrighty then, so let's just go ahead and... I'm sure there's some things in here. Yeah, let's go ahead and put those in there. And so what's going to be the best way to do this? If we have it going side and side, I think that would be better. So what we'll do is we'll raise this up and this up. And we won't make it too high. Plus the conveyor belt. So it's got to be this high. And we'll just fill this in. Because that'll be fine. I could make it hollow, but meh, it's just cobblestone. So this is going to be cursed earth. And we'll do 1, 2. And this will be 3. Let's see, 4, 5, 6. Here's the fans. Here's the wall. And that should work just fine. So, yeah, that should work just fine. We'll have the cursed earth. So this will be up 1. Or actually, we'll probably put the wire for all of the fans there, because that makes more sense. And then this can just be extended, and everything's fine. Perfect. So that is this side, and it will need to be the right height and all that kind of fun stuff, which we'll get to soon enough. So we just need to do the same thing here. And break all this. Alright, so once we have this taken care of, we'll get the fans installed. We'll have those on their own little timer thing. We will get the cursed earth in here, all that kind of fun stuff. So this should actually work pretty easily. So 1, 2, 3. Did I count the first? So how many cursed earth spots? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, that works for me. And you know what? Let's actually make this a little bit smarter. Let's go grab our wand. And we should be able to do things a little bit quicker with this. So, our building wand. Because we can just do this. And then fill it out. So that is that. Just switch these ones. Perfect. So line goes there of redstone. And then we will put the fans on top. Can we not? So what if I think the fans actually need a block to be on. Let's see if this works. So put a block down. Excuse me. Put the fan, and if we break the block, alright, the fan stays. So we just need to do that. And that's not too bad. And then we'll put the line there. Because that makes the most sense. We'll keep it dark in here and all that kind of stuff. So we just need to have 2, 3. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 9. We need 14 more fans. And we're only going to need one. Why did I do that? So let's just make sure. This should take us down to 50. And it does. Alright, so we need 14 more fans. And then down here, what we'll do is just something like this. Make sure those are going the right way. And just make sure that everything is going towards the center. And these guys, alright, so that should be fine, and everything should get pushed right there. Perfect. So with that taken care of, we're gonna need more lights, obviously, but we'll get to that soon enough. But we don't need the conveyor belts anymore, and we should be able to take care of most of the rest of this without too much issue. So with that taken care of, let's go ahead and get silicon and redstone cooking up. I'm surprised I don't have the redstone things on autocraft. We can take the rest of these guys, silicon, and we'll just cook it over here in these guys. I was confused for a second. I thought I was in a different mod pack. Oh well, that happens. Yeah, let's just put it in here. So 15 of each. That should give us 5 recipes. That should be a lot of stuff. And what we can do at this point is let's clean up our inventory just a little bit. So don't need the redstone. Only need 1 or 2 levers, 1 for each side. We need fans times 14, and then we can start working on some other stuff. So fans, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There we go. Perfect. Not too hard. Actually nice and easy. Whoops. Too fast. Alright, so let's go ahead and put these guys straight down, break the blocks underneath them, and then we'll hook them up to redstone conduit. And we'll put a lever just right on this side, and that should activate them all. Perfect. Then we'll do something similar right here. Why did I do that? So fans and cobblestone. They're all lined up. Perfect. Looks nice. Actually, this is probably going to work pretty well. So just do this. And that's fine. So, if this is the dirt layer, we can always add stuff there so things don't, like, I don't think anything gets stuck here, but it'll be sealed. So here's the dirt layer, and then we need 2 blocks high, and then this is the roof. Correct? Yes. And everything should be fine. So let's go ahead and break these torches. And I think I also want to go sleep, just to be safe. And yeah, let's go sleep real quick, just so things don't spawn there. There are no other spawnable areas at this point, so darkness is going to be bad if things can start spawning. Just because of the nature of it. So we're gonna need more redstone lamps. So that is just, let's get like, I don't even know how many I want, but we have plenty of glowstone and all that stuff. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll see if that's enough, and we'll come back. So let's go ahead and build this up. And everything should be pretty nice and easy to finish this with. So like, it should be pretty easy to finish the rest of this. It's just a matter of making a little bit of an area. And then adding the roof. So only question is, do we have enough blocks? And I think the answer is no. We'll deal with that here in a second though. So just go ahead and do this. And I don't care about the lights or anything like that right now. We'll get that taken care of in a moment. So let's just turn our jetpack back on. And we need more blocks. Alright, so F7, obviously things can spawn in here. So let's make sure it is well lit for the time being. And we'll light everything else up. And my jetpack went silent. So we need cobblestone. That's aligned. Don't want the aligned cobblestone brick, so let's just get like a bunch of stacks. We don't need this much, but I'd rather have extra than not. So, there we go. Perfect. So let's go ahead and we'll put the stuff on the sides. And then we'll start adding the lights up top. And the reason for this is just so that we can see exactly where things need to go. So let's put 2 torches there. And just put torches up here. So we need to bring this up farther. And I need to grab the rest of our redstone ingots so that we can make the rest of the things and do the things, and yeah, make sure everything is nice and good for what we're trying to do. So 40 more, that should be more than enough, hopefully. And where is center? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dead center. Perfect. We're going to put a light here. And the thing about this is I want to make sure it's lit. So there's that. Let's go 1 and 2. And we'll put lights here. And then 1, 2, 3. And hopefully this is enough lighting. We'll find out soon enough. So fans. It's like here. So like 2 blocks from the sides. Or is it 3? 3. And just grab that guy. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 in between? Yes. And then over here, same thing. Put torches there, because I don't want spawnable areas. And we'll get this connected, and I just want to pop in and make sure that it is dark in there. Or rather light with the lights on. So, that's kind of the idea. Make sure there's no darkness in there when the lights are on. Because that would be, I mean, that would kind of defeat the purpose of having toggleable lights. And we had a perfect number. That is awesome. So let's go ahead and seal this up. We'll break all of the torches in here. And it should... we need another light right here. And Just make sure. Alright, we're going to need lights. Actually put lights here and here as well, rather than here. And we'll put this one, it was 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It was like here. Alright, so if there is a little bit of darkness, it's not that big of a deal for right now. But the other thing is there still going to be darkness if there's block there? No. There's still darkness here. And I think that's more just because we need to come up here and finish our wiring. But we'll find out here in a minute. Let's see. Let's go ahead and break this stuff and see if we can't get just a little bit more out of our wires. We can. I would say we could go ahead and do like do something like just put levers on these guys, but that will not work. So we're just gonna need 3 more. So that's 1 more recipe's worth. Let's go back. 1, 2, 3. Silicon times 3, and I said 3. This should be a pretty quick craft, and we'll have what we need. So pretty much the only other thing we need to do is we need to have enough dirt to actually do anything, and that should be close to enough. And this is still working. We've got plenty of saplings, we'll get plenty of dirt. There's redstone alloy. Let's go ahead and make the redstone conduits and make sure this all is well lit. So we'll just pop in like here. Let's go ahead and make it perfectly dark in here. And we do still need one in the very center. So right here. Let's see. I don't have another thing, so let's just pop down here. We'll grab 1 more lamp. It's cheap enough, so it doesn't really matter. But that should prevent any spawns whatsoever. If I can get back in, cool. So no darkness, perfect. All right, now what we're gonna need to do is let's just put a line of dirt here and a line of dirt here along the edge on both sides, and then what we'll do is we will just start filling in some areas with cursed earth, which should not spawn at this point. So like there. Let's make sure there's plenty. We have plenty of it back at the base. So it's not like it's too much of a concern. Let's go ahead and add a little bit into this line. Make sure that's there. So we just need more dirt. Now the other thing we need to do is make sure that spiders cannot spawn. So that's going to require us to kind of do some nasty things. But we need more dirt before we can do much else. So let's just go ahead and pop up here. Let's see, do we have any more dirt? We have 4. That is not enough. So let's go ahead and salvage this dirt right here. Worry about the sapling, worry about the tree later. And any more dirt. We can make dirt, by the way. You can also use rotten flesh to get more dirt. Let's see. Dirt, we can make it with sand and saplings or sand and leaves. So let's just get a little bit more. I don't know if this is enough, but we're gonna see. So it might be enough for one side. 1, 2, 3. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 more. That's not too bad. It's a good number of saplings, but it's not that many. And as long as we use just normal saplings, oak saplings, we should not ever care. Alright. So that should be everything we need. And now we just need to prevent spiders, because spiders will clog up our system, and we don't want that. So let's go ahead, do this. I miscounted. Alright, well, whatever. So spiders need a 2x2 to spawn. So if we put a block there, and then a block there, what is the actual efficient way to do this? So unfortunately I think it's on this guy, so let's pick him up and replace him somewhere else. And put that there. So I believe here will be good. And let's go ahead and turn our jetpack off here. And then there. And we could do that alternating or down the line. What's going to be the best? If we do down the line, that's actually not too bad. So we need to pick up these. Nope, that one was okay. We need to pick up these guys. And we're going to put him there. And this. Something like this. And no spiders should spawn. So with that, we need some more slabs. Let's go ahead and get some more slabs. Let's just get a ton of them, because why not? And we'll mirror that on the other side. So this guy needs to move. This guy needs to move. This guy needs to move. And then all of those. Alright, so there's that. And we'll do something like these guys. And I think right here will be a good place. And right here. Alright, so it is here. And this will prevent spiders from spawning. Now, nothing can walk up there except for the baby monsters, but who cares about them? And that should be everything. So all we need to do now is we need to make it dark so that the grass, the cursed earth can spread, and eventually that will be fully cursed earth. I almost want to put a window in there. Do we have any dark glass? We have a little bit. So let's put a little bit of a window. Let's get rid of some of the stuff we don't need. And we're just going to do let's actually pop in right here. And we'll do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on both sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is just so that we can see in and see what's going on up here. Mostly so I can see later if we need, if I need to get my watering can out or anything like that to get the area a little darker. So we can turn that on, and if we fly up here, we need to turn these guys on, and things are already spawning. Now things are going to get stuck a little bit. We could fix that by putting some fans on the sides, but for the most part things should fall down pretty quickly, and that's the hope. Things are also going to spawn relatively quickly, and we'll get plenty of blood. So all of that work just to make a new spawner so that we can get more blood, so that we can get well, so that we can get closer to getting the Gaia pylons, which require ethereal slates, which require a ton of blood. Now the other thing that we're going to want to do eventually is get some runes of sacrifice. These guys, which are not bad other than they require daggers of sacrifice, which are Athanas, which are a little bit of annoying to make. And they also require immune slates and blood runes, but most of the stuff isn't too bad, it's just tedious. So I will work on getting that. But I think that's going to be it for this episode. So next time, I'm going to work between episodes to try to get as much blood as I can. And next time, we are going to work towards getting the Gaia fight going. So we will need to we're going to need to get a lot of blood to get the ethereal slates. We'll get everything set up so that we can do the Gaia fight. That is the plan. And we'll go from there. So yeah, that's the plan. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.